behind from worldly worries. And the people who rely on their own effort, they have lack of shalva, they have lack of, they have emotional unrest, and he brought distress onto himself by failing to get his material desires. If a person is not happy with his lot, he causes himself suffering with this, oh, I don't have the rainbow dial Rolex yet, but I don't have that new lease, everybody, I didn't get the X7 yet, oh, but I don't live in Cordmeyer yet. So all these things, he puts himself down because of the lack of reaching those desires. But if he had Bitachon, he would realize whatever he has right now, this is what Hashem wants him to have, and this is perfect for him right now. If you're supposed to have it, you're going to get it. If you're not supposed to have it, you're not going to get it. So therefore, he makes himself have this spiritual, physical unrest for this, that he does not have what he wants, and he blames himself because he usually relies on his own effort. He says, oh, it's my fault, and it's my fault, and it's my fault. So therefore he says, once you have bitachon, then you have bashket, bitcha, v'shalba, ba'olam hazeh. You go and you will have tranquility, security, serenity. And this is what the pasuk says, Baruch hagever ishiftach ba'Hashem, v'Hashem yiftacho. Right? When a person, Yirmiyah says, blesses the man who trusts in Hashem, then Hashem will be his security. So a person has to know that the extent that you rely on Hashem, that's how much security Hashem will give you. The second benefit, he says, a person who relies on Hashem, he will have the zuchut that his Parnassah will come to him. Just like the man, right? The man, the used to come, if you were tzaddik and you had bitachon on Hashem, the man fell in front of your house. If you were not such a tzaddik, the man will fall farther away. Right? The Midrash says that the rabbi woke up and he only had enough pieces of man for his family. He didn't have for him. So he got a basket and he started leaving. His wife says, where are you going? He said, I have to go find my man. So he's traveling outside, and all of a sudden a guy sees him. He says, Rabbi, Chovot, how are you? He says, good. He says, I get mazal tov. Why? He says, I had a boy, Brit Milah's coming. Oh, mabruk. So he says, Rabbi, I want to ask you, maybe you could be sandok? He says, wow, big kavod, thank you so much. He says, well, hey, Rabbi, why are you holding a basket? He says, I'm going to go find my man. Rabbi, you have to go find your man? Hi, it's okay, I think I'm going to give sandok to somebody else. And he leaves. So you used to see, that's why the Torah says that the Jewish people didn't like the man. Because the man used to reveal who was tzaddik, who wasn't really a tzaddik. So therefore you see that the man used to fall based on how tzaddik you were. So a person who has faith today, bitachon, the Parnassah falls the same way, just like the man fell. If you have more bitachon, so your Parnassah will be local. If you have less bitachon, so you're going to have to travel very far to get your Parnassah. And traveling and the stress, especially back in the day, to travel and to go on a boat, or to travel through the wilderness, unpaved roads, wagons, whatnot. This used to be a lot of suffering, and used to be a lot of damage to the body, and therefore used to bring a person's end of his lifetime closer and closer. So therefore, a person who has bitachon in Hashem, he's not going to have a longer life, he's going to have a serene life, because he's not going to have to go through all the stress of traveling all over the place. And the Chovot Halevavot is basically saying that a person with true bitachon, he's not going to travel somewhere else for chase his Parnassah. Even though the Gemara Masechet says in Ayin Hein with Bet, Meshaneh Makom, Meshaneh Mazal, the person who changes his place, he will change his mazal. So the Rashba explains, he says sometimes a person doesn't have Parnassah because Hashem made it that he has suffered from his averot, and therefore he has to get a decree of poverty, he has to lose money. But then what? So now, when can you undo this decree? What's also mechaper? Galut. Galut is mechaper. Exile gives you atonement. So sometimes by exiling yourself, you remove this decree of having to have poverty. But and therefore, that's why it says Meshaneh Makom, Meshaneh Mazal. This is that you did galut to yourself, that removes the poverty decree on you. Also, Rashba says that the person's Parnassah is affected by Mazal. And the change of a place, can you change your mazal? Either way, moving can help because a person has a decree already. But just because if he doesn't have a decree, then over there depends on bitachon. If you go, if you have more bitachon, will come to you. If you have less bitachon, then you have to go somewhere else. So therefore he says the Rabbeinu Tam writes, and that traveling for business is considered a mitzvah, since it's a mitzvah to support your family. So therefore, this is a question according to Chovot Halevavot, who says that traveling is a lack of bitachon. So how could be traveling for it to make Parnassah? How is that considered a mitzvah? It's lack of bitachon. So therefore, the Chovot Halevavot explains. Chovot Halevavot is saying the very high level bitachon. Obviously, a person who travels to make Parnassah, it's also a mitzvah. You should go do it. But if you can have a high level bitachon, then you won't even have to go and travel somewhere else. His Parnassah will come to him. So therefore, we should also to have bitachon in Hashem and realize if Hashem wants to give you, He will give you even where you are and with the situation you have. And He doesn't, there's not only one way to make Parnassah, right? People say, oh, you're only a doctor, a lawyer, a jeweler, or this or that. If only I was in Bitcoin, if only if I was in that, if only I was, no, a person could get Parnassah any single way. It depends on